Have you ever pondered where the concept of financial wisdom and stewardship originates from? Well, the Bible has something to say about it. It's intriguing to recognize that some of our most fundamental principles of financial management date back thousands of years to the biblical era. Consider the story of Joseph, a prominent figure in the book of Genesis. Joseph's life is a remarkable tale of rise and redemption, from being sold into slavery to ascending to a high-ranking official in Egypt. But what sets him apart is his exceptional financial wisdom and stewardship. Joseph's unique ability to interpret dreams led him to foresee 7 years of plenty, followed by 7 years of famine. This revelation allowed him to devise a plan to store grain during the abundant years, saving Egypt from a catastrophic famine. His story underscores the principles of prudence, planning, and responsible financial management. So, let's embark on a journey through the life of Joseph, a biblical figure known for his exceptional financial wisdom and stewardship. Joseph's story begins in a pit, literally, but his journey took him to the pinnacle of power. Born into a family of shepherds, Joseph was the favored son of his father Jacob. His brothers, envious of the special treatment Joseph received, betrayed him, throwing him into a pit before selling him into slavery to a caravan of traders. The traders in turn sold Joseph to Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh and captain of the guard in Egypt. In Potiphar's house, Joseph's unwavering integrity and natural leadership qualities shone. He was entrusted with the management of Potiphar's household, a task he handled with skill and diligence. But his rise was abruptly halted when he was falsely accused by Potiphar's wife, leading to his imprisonment. This was a testament to his moral fiber, choosing to suffer rather than compromise his integrity. In the gloom of the prison, Joseph's spirit remained undaunted. He soon found favor with the prison warden and was put in charge of all the other prisoners. It was here that Joseph's unique ability to interpret dreams was first recognized. This skill, seen as a divine gift, would eventually pave the way for Joseph's rise to power. Yet for all his hardships, Joseph never wavered in his faith or lost sight of his purpose. His ability to rise above his circumstances, to see beyond the immediate, is an inspiring lesson in resilience and foresight. From the pit to slavery to prison, each step, though filled with hardship, was a stepping stone towards a greater destiny. His story is a testament to the idea that every challenge we face can be turned into an opportunity for growth if we have the courage and the wisdom to see it. But it was in the confines of the prison that Joseph's unique abilities came to light. In a world where dreams were messages from the divine, Joseph had a unique ability. He could interpret them. This was not a common talent, nor a simple parlor trick. It was a profound understanding, a bridge between the ethereal realm of dreams and the tangible world of reality. Picture Joseph amidst the clatter and clamor of prison life, listening to the troubled dreams of his fellow inmates. A cupbearer and a baker, both former servants of the Pharaoh, entrust their dreams to him. Joseph, with his divine gift, unravels the symbolism, foretelling the cupbearer's restoration to his position and the baker's grim demise. And so it happens, just as Joseph had interpreted. News of his gift reaches the ears of the Pharaoh himself, who had been plagued by a recurring dream. None in his court could provide an interpretation. The dream was of 7 healthy, fat cows being devoured by 7 lean, sickly ones, followed by 7 plump ears of grain swallowed by 7 thin, scorched ears. The Pharaoh, desperate for understanding, calls on Joseph. Joseph, guided by divine wisdom, deciphers the Pharaoh's dream. The 7 fat cows and 7 plump ears of grain signify 7 years of abundance. The 7 lean cows and 7 scorched ears of grain, however, represent 7 years of severe famine to follow. This vision was a divine forecast, a warning of the trials and tribulations to come. But Joseph didn't stop at merely interpreting the dream. He perceived it as a divine mandate, a call to action. He suggested a comprehensive plan to the Pharaoh, proposing that during the years of plenty, 1/5 of the harvest should be stored. This stockpile would then serve as a lifeline during the years of famine, ensuring the survival of Egypt and its people. Joseph didn't just interpret the dream, he saw it as a roadmap for the future, and he had a plan. His story is a testament to the power of dreams and the wisdom in heeding their messages. It's a tale of foresight and stewardship, a lesson in harnessing the divine wisdom of dreams to navigate the uncertain waters of the future. Joseph's plan was simple yet revolutionary: store in abundance, provide in scarcity. A principle as old as time itself, yet it was Joseph who mastered its implementation. And it was a plan that would not only save a nation, but also position him as a figure of wisdom and prudence. Joseph's foresight was born out of interpreting Pharaoh's dream, where he saw 7 years of plenty followed by 7 years of famine. He understood that these dreams were not just ethereal images but prophetic insights into the future of Egypt. Joseph knew that the years of plenty were an opportunity, a chance to prepare for the lean years that would inevitably follow. As soon as he had Pharaoh's ear and blessing, Joseph swung into action. He orchestrated a nationwide effort to gather and store surplus grain during the 7 abundant years. The fields of Egypt became a hive of activity, with people toiling day in and day out to harvest the grain and store it in vast silos. This was no small feat. It required meticulous planning, strategic allocation of resources, and an unwavering commitment to the goal. But Joseph's plan was not just about collecting grain. It was about managing resources effectively. He understood that abundance was a gift to be stewarded wisely, not squandered recklessly. He knew that planning and prudence were the keys to survival in times of scarcity. And when the famine did hit, Egypt was ready. Thanks to Joseph's foresight, the nation had enough grain to not only survive the famine, but also to aid neighboring nations. Joseph, the dreamer, had become Joseph, the provider, the steward of Egypt's resources. His actions went beyond mere survival. He demonstrated that effective resource management was not just about meeting immediate needs, but also about planning for the future. He taught us that foresight and prudence can turn a crisis into an opportunity, a lesson that is as relevant today as it was thousands of years ago. Joseph's actions were not just about survival, but also about prudent management of resources, a lesson for all times. Joseph's story is not just a tale of rags to riches, it's a lesson in financial wisdom and stewardship. It's a narrative that underscores the importance of prudent planning and responsible management of resources. From his humble beginnings as a slave, Joseph rose to prominence through his ability to interpret dreams, a skill that would eventually save an entire nation from famine. His interpretation of Pharaoh's dream, predicting 7 of abundance followed by 7 years of famine, led to a strategic plan to store grain during the prosperous years. This foresight not only saved Egypt from a devastating famine, but positioned Joseph as an exemplary figure in managing resources effectively. His actions weren't driven by a desire for personal gain, but by the wisdom to plan for the future and resources responsibly. Joseph's legacy serves as a reminder that wise financial stewardship is not about accumulating wealth, but about using resources responsibly and planning for the future. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about biblical financial wisdom, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.